Taurus, I'm Brittany and this is Pisces Sixth Sense. Today I'm doing a love reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus singles. If you don't know what I mean when I say Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, pretty much everybody has a birth chart. Well, not pretty much. Everyone has a birth chart. Basically, it tells you where the planets, the sun, the moon, all these other things were aligned when you were born, which gives you certain traits and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to get into the astrology aspect of it all, but basically, if you don't know your chart, I have a link in the description box. You can put your information in, your birth time, where you were born, your birth date, your gender, all that, and it'll give you your information. If you don't have your birth time, that's fine. You just won't know your rise. You won't know your rising or where your houses are and all that, but you'll still at least have your moon and your Venus. So yeah, you can check that out. I was gonna say something else and I lost it, but anyway, this reading is for the remainder of January, which I know there's only like 6 days, but still. Yeah, so I got the cards shuffled already, got the cards out just to cut down on the time, so hopefully no one minds. The overall energy for your reading is let go of control issues, allow the situation to unfold naturally. So there could be a particular person that you are interested in, and you know, maybe you're trying to force a situation or you're doing a lot to kind of like get their attention or to make things go in the direction that you want them to go in. And really, you kind of need to go with the flow and just let things happen as they're supposed to. And that could also just go for your love life in general. Maybe that's a pattern that you tend to have where you try to force things, or you're trying to be in control, and you have to let go of that control to let things come to you as they should, instead of forcing situations that are not necessarily for you or are not meant to go a particular way. And we have this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So for the people who are connected to someone already, and you're interested, I'm not talking about like an ex that was shitty and cheated on you or whatever, but like, if you're connected to a new person, or even if you reconnected with someone who you were never in a relationship with, but there were feelings there or whatever, this person could be your soulmate. And if you're completely single and you're not talking to anyone, there could be a new person coming in who is your soulmate. And then we have, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So if you're afraid that you're going to get hurt and you're kind of like blocking yourself off from love, or you're not giving a lot to love to avoid heartbreak, you got to open up more. You have to understand that not everybody is the same. Not every person is going to hurt you. When you learn the karmic lessons that you are meant to learn, that's when you'll finally achieve what you want in love. So try to be open. Don't be scared. Don't be worried that things are going to go bad. And even if they do, it's not the end of the world. It happens. You'll be fine. And then the overall energy for the tarot is Four of Cups. So you could be bored right now, or just, I feel like it's more so like uncomfortable or unsatisfied in the current situation that you're in. Could just be, because you're single and you're tired of being single. It could even be that, maybe there's a situation with a certain person that you want to progress, and it's not progressing the way you want it to, so you're bored or you're unsatisfied because you're expecting it to go a particular way by a specific time, which is why you have let go of control issues here. The first card out is Ace of Cups. So I do feel like there's either a new beginning, or there's like a new person coming in, or there will be an expression of feelings. Someone will show or tell you how they feel, or this would be you. Could be mutual, but for some of you, there's a new person definitely coming in. For others, this is kind of like reconnecting, or like starting a new situation, starting with a clean slate, and reconnecting with someone, possibly from the past, or like a friend, or just having a new level of love with this person, possibly. We have justice. So I do feel like you're going to get what you want. You're going to have your way. This is usually like things going in your favor. It's kind of like good karma. So it's like you've done the work. You're going to be rewarded for your work. This can also be like if someone wronged you, them getting their karma for wronging you. Possibly you even getting to see it. And then we have the Emperor. So you could be connecting with someone who is very strong, very dominant, very powerful. They could be an Aries or a Taurus, or have this in their chart, or have that kind of energy. This could be someone who's very well off. This could even represent you, because this is a Taurus card. So this may be you really stepping into your energy and being dominant, or being in control of your own life, having your head on straight, knowing your worth. But this can also kind of be like not really expressing your love the way you need to, or not really giving to love that much, because the Emperor, you know, he's practical, he's strong, he's a hard worker, but like he doesn't always tend to the emotional side of things. So that could be the energy that you're in, or this other person is in. And then we have Nine of Cups reversed. So I feel like you're unhappy with something. It could be with yourself. It could be you're unhappy with being single, because sometimes I look at this as the single card, especially if it's upright. Sometimes this is like wish fulfillment within yourself and being content with being alone. But I feel like you're discontent with being alone. You want someone there. You want to give to someone. You want to be able to open up. And maybe you don't have that opportunity because there's no one there, or because you haven't put yourself out there, or because, you know, like I said, with this boredom, possibly from a situation that you're already in, you know, you want to give this love to someone, and maybe the person that you're trying to give it to doesn't want to cooperate just yet, or the timing is just not right. And we have Death reversed. So it's like there's something that needs to end. There's something that you may not be ending. It could be a mindset towards love. It could be fears about the past, you know, popping up again in the future with different people. This can also be not letting go of particular situations, particular people from your past. You know, even if you're not holding on to them romantically speaking, you're still holding on to the things that they did to you, or what went wrong between the two of you. And in order for something new to start, something does have to end. This can even be the person you're connecting with not letting go of something, not letting a chapter close, and they're still dragging it out, which is blocking the connection between you and them. And then for the Oracle cards, the overall energy is temptation. So I do feel like you could be very tempted to, number one, control the situation, because this is the Devil. This is in regular tarot, this is the Devil card, which is Capricorn. And Capricorn is all about control. This can also be obsessing over things, obsessing over people, obsessing over outcomes, trying to force things to make them go your way. This can also be connecting with someone who is toxic, or not seeing the toxic behaviors in yourself and not working on them. I also see this as like addiction, not necessarily like drug addiction, but addiction to anything. And I also see this as possibly you being tempted to start something with someone, or, you know, you're sexually tempted by this person, or you will be tempted by whoever this new person is. Not necessarily in a bad way, but, you know, you'll want to connect with them on a physical level, which is not a bad thing. We have Sacrifice. So there may be something that you have to let go of in order to obtain what you want in love. I also see this as the Hanged Man in the tarot deck, which talks about having to see things from a different perspective, getting yourself unstuck. So there may be things that you have to do to get unstuck so that you can have what you want in love. So I really do feel like you have to look at something differently. We have Intuition. So make sure you're listening to your intuition, especially, you know, from now on, but definitely by the end of this month. Like, there may be a situation where you have to use your intuition about something, or just in general, you need to be listening to your intuition more, especially when it comes down to love, because that'll help you like weed out certain energies or certain types of people, you know, so you can avoid heartbreak. And then we have Positive Movement Forward. So I do feel like whatever lessons you have to complete, once you complete them, that's when you're going to get this positive movement forward. This can also just be moving on from someone. You may have to let someone go and move on completely from this person to get to better things, you know, in your love life, better people, better situations, better relationships. And then we have solar plexus chakra. So this is about confidence, feeling yourself, expressing yourself, knowing your worth. So I do feel like you may need to focus on your own self-worth a little bit more, build yourself up, get that confidence. I feel like you possibly are doing that though, because the Emperor is confident. The Emperor can be actually a little arrogant. So that, you know, you may be getting into that energy of being more confident in yourself with this card, or you need to do this. And that'll definitely help your love life more. And then we have wisdom. So I feel like you know a lot. There's a lot that you've learned in love. And I feel like you need to apply what you've learned in love with any situation. Especially if you are connected to someone, you have to use what you've learned in the past with this situation. And then for the Moonology Oracle deck, we have Don't Let Pride Get in Your Way as the overall energy, full moon in Leo. So you could be connecting with an Aquarius or someone with Aquarius in their chart. I say that because if you don't know, full moons take place in that sign's opposite sign. So the opposite of Leo is Aquarius. So, but pretty much there could be a situation where you may want to act out of pride, or your ego may get in the way. You could be trying to compensate. Like if you're not feeling yourself, you could be trying to overcompensate for that and kind of like have the appearance of having a big ego or being overly confident in yourself or being arrogant, and that could push someone away or push love away. So make sure that you're confident but not too confident. Make sure that, you know, if there's wrongs that need to be righted, or if there's situations where you need to express yourself or forgive someone or whatever, try not to let your pride get in the way, because you may be continuing a bad cycle by doing so. And then we have Expect Powerful Change, New Moon Eclipse. So I feel like something in your love life is definitely going to change, but it's going to change because you end up changing something. You're going to do something for yourself that benefits you in the long run regarding love. So once you take these steps that I gave you, I feel like that's when you're going to see something change in a positive way. And then I asked, what is blocking love? So we have Envious Gluttony as the overall energy. I don't know if you can see this card. Okay, there we go. No, I wanted to show you her face. Okay, never mind. But anyway, with this card, this is pretty much like, this can be your energy or the people who you connect with. This is kind of like having the things that you want, or having a lot in front of you and kind of like wanting more. It's kind of like the whole grass is greener mentality. So you could be the kind of person that gets into relationships and, you know, maybe you're not getting exactly what you want, or you're not letting things progress enough. Gemini had the same message as well. And so maybe you get bored, or maybe you get tired of this person, or you start looking at other people, or looking at other people's relationships and being like, oh, I want that, or oh, I need that, or how come I can't get that from my person, when maybe you haven't given them a chance. Maybe you haven't told them this is what you want, or maybe it's something that's not a necessity, and it may not be something that technically you need, because you have other things that are valuable there, and you're so focused on, you know, one missing thing or something like that. And I mean, if it's something major, then that's different, but it could be something minor. Like, you know, you could be with someone who is very attractive on the outside. Maybe they're average, very attractive on the inside, maybe average looking on the outside, and you're looking at other men or women like, wow, they're really attractive. I wish I had someone that looked like that. But, you know, you don't even know that this person's trash on the inside. They just got a pretty outside or something like that. But you have a person that has like a heart of gold, and they're not, you know, fine as hell, possibly. But that's just an example. But being kind of greedy and envying what other people have when it comes down to love could be what's blocking your love life. And we have anger and chains, which talks about kind of like holding on to the past, holding on to the hurt from the past, and that's what's keeping you stuck, possibly. You have to let go of whatever took place in the past, you know, put it to rest, forgive them, and move on. And we have peaceful among thorns. So you can also be the kind of person who does get angry about things, but you maybe try to peacekeep, or, you know, you let people slide. Like, yeah, it pissed you off, but you kind of let them slide anyway because you don't want conflict and you don't want to express your anger. But then you're kind of giving this person a pass to hurt you, and then that may be a pattern that you repeat in your relationships often, and you let people take advantage of you, and that's not gonna help. You have to make sure that you value yourself and make other people, well, I don't want to say make, but if people don't value you, then there are consequences for that. You have to give those consequences. And then we have revenge. So you may want to get revenge on someone, or you may be a very vengeful person in general. So like when things don't go your way, you want to retaliate, and that's not the correct energy to have. You kind of have to let this person get their own karma, and that could be a part of this whole cycle that you're in that you need to get yourself out of. So you could even plot revenge because, you know, you're usually really nice to people. You let people get away with too much, and that anger builds up. Because, I mean, these cards are kind of all connected in a sense. Like, this anger builds up, and then you get really upset over time, and then you're like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna just get revenge on this person because, you know, I let too much slide or whatever, and that's why you can't let things slide, because you can't let that build up. So that's all I have for this reading. Hopefully this resonates. If so, like, share, comment, subscribe. And I am doing personal reading, so if you would like a personal reading, the information about how to get one is in my description box, so you can go ahead and check that out. And I will see you guys in the next reading.